Well, hello there. We have 12 people in there. All right, let's go to the see. Anybody commenting? Nope. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, as you see, that was the 2,400 subscriber number we hit. Yay! Thank you, guys. Robert. Hey, Robert. What's going on? So yeah, we hit 2,400 subscribers. I know that's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but we've been plugging away at this for a while, and we finally got to 2,400. We'd like to boost that number, so tell all your friends to come subscribe. I did say I was going to be doing a giveaway. So what we're going to do is I have a pair of one-day tickets for El Paso Comic-Con, and I'm going to give you a pair. It's good for any single day. You just have to take this ticket and give it to the Ticketmaster box office there, and they'll ask you, you want Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and that's the one ticket you will get. They'll keep that voucher, and boom, so you'll get to go for free one of those days to El Paso Comic-Con. You're probably asking yourself, well, how do I enter this contest? It's really simple, man. You just have to comment over this side, I guess. Comment in the, whatever social media platform you're on. Just make a comment, and we'll be using, at the end of this video, we'll be doing a comment picker to pick a winner from all the comments. Christy, looking forward to this year's El Paso Comic-Con. So are we, man. So are we. Trust me. We can talk a little bit about El Paso Comic-Con, but I want to talk about some stuff at Zia Comics first. Hey, thank you, Rick. Thank you. Like I said, tell all your friends to subscribe. We want to hit an even bigger number. We'll do this at our next big milestone. I'm thinking around 3,000. You live in Florida, useless. You could come up here. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. We'll be doing other giveaways also, Richard. Sorry you don't find any value in this one, but we'll be giving away other things. That's just all I had with me. I'm at the, if you couldn't tell, the home office today. All the other cool items are there in the office, and it would have to be something that I could ship easily. I'm not going to ship anything really big and heavy. So keep a lookout, Richard. We'll be doing other ones when we hit other milestones. But we got to hit those milestones. So tell all your friends to come and subscribe. Thank you. JDF was in El Paso on Friday. Will we ever be getting a signing with him? We did, Frank. JDF came to us. It was during the pandemic. We had an in-store signing with JDF. Go back to our events on Facebook. You'll see it. We have pictures, a picture of all the employees with him there in the store. So yeah, we did have, but he's starting to make his second go around of stores now. So it's possible we might see him again in the store. I am working with another Power Ranger, kind of a prominent Power Ranger, to be in store end of March. So keep your eyes open for that. Like us on Facebook, man. Follow our events, and you'll see all these things, so you don't miss out. Like obviously, Frank must have missed out on the first JDF. Joel Miranda, can't wait. Yeah, me either. Howdy, howdy to you too. Congrats, thank you, Corey. I don't know what that means, but okay. Congrats, thank you. Yeah, Frank. Yeah, you missed it. It was, like I said, it was during the pandemic. Subscribe to our Facebook, follow our website there, ziacomics.com, and even subscribe to our newsletter, because when cool stuff like that happens, I try to put it out as much as I can. In fact, he even did an interview on 101 Gold with Jack Lutz, and they pushed it out over the radio. So it's hard to make sure everybody gets it, but we try. Heck yeah, I got his autograph and a video. Nice, Jaime. Frank Perez, no thanks to what? I don't know what you're saying. No thanks to. Anyway, Ray Morano, what's up, fellow con men? Hey, yeah. What's up to you too? When is EbCon this year? April 22nd through 24th. We're going to be doing a lot more ads for that coming up, so you'll see it. Oh, you're already subscribed and followed to y'all and him. Oh, yeah, I know JDF pushed it out a lot too, Frank. It just slipped through the cracks with you, I guess, man. But like I said, he's making his second go around of the country, so we may see him again. Eddie Gonzalez, any more new announcements for the con report? Yep, I'll be getting to that after the Zia Comics announcements. No thanks to another Ranger. I mean, that's your personal preference. There are other people who like other Rangers. He wasn't the only one. So, it might not be for you, but it might be for these other people. Thank you for bringing Brett Booth. I'm expecting my comics back from CG. Oh, yeah. Cross your fingers. We're waiting for that one, too. What Corey's talking about is we had Brett Booth, who's a pretty prominent comics artist, in store to do some signings, mostly for the Gunslinger Spawn #1, which he did a cover and some interior, or I think he did all the interior work. So we're waiting for ours back also. Most definitely. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, we're going to be doing that giveaway for a pair of El Paso Comic-Con tickets. That's what we're giving away for this milestone. If that's not what you want, just wait for our next milestone. And for us to hit that next milestone, we got to get the subscribers. So tell all your friends, your family, strangers on the street. I don't care. Just tell them to come and subscribe to our YouTube. Okay. And like I said, at the end of this contest, it's very simple. All you have to do is make a comment over here or over there, whichever side it's on for you guys. And you will automatically be entered. And I'll even show you the drawing at the end of this thing so you can see that it's all done automatically. Thanks for all your hard work, no matter who you choose for the Comic-Con. I don't choose, the software does. Not playing favorites. Okay, let me give you some updates for Zia Comics real quick before I get into EbCon. We did buy a property in Alamogordo, New Mexico, which is right around an hour's drive from here. And we're going to be expanding into Alamogordo. Zia Comics will still be open in Las Cruces. We're just going to have a second store in Alamogordo. And we're looking at places if that goes well, we're looking at places for a third store also. So I'm not giving any hints, but we are looking. What else? We're going to start pushing. I don't know if you noticed the videos. I've been changing the way that I edit a lot of the unboxing videos, so you don't get a lot of the dead air time of me putting things together and all the crinkly paper, all the ASMR stuff. I'm trying to make it quick, simple, to the point, so you guys can look, see what it is, and get my review of it at the end. I think it makes for better videos. I don't know if you do or not. Let me know what you think. But we did a Bambox unboxing and the Tiamat Gargantuan miniature unboxing. I posted the other night. I just got the Lego set I ordered in, the huge, this thing is monstrous, AT-AT from Star Wars. I think it's right around 7,000 some pieces. So I'm going to be doing that one. And I have a new way I'm going to start doing the Lego builds also, so you won't get bored watching the speed build. I'm going to try to make it interesting and more easier for you to watch a whole video, because sometimes I get bored doing those also. Almost at 100 subs on this channel. Hey, Ernie, keep plugging away, man. You'll get there. That first 1,000 is always the hardest. Let's go. Thank you. You're welcome. Frank Perez. I picked up my gift from the trivia game, by the way. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm still working out all the kinks in the trivia, and there's actually a bingo in there also. I think we need to pick a time when we get more people online. It's not as much fun with just a couple people playing the trivia, but we'll get that figured out, man. That'll come with more subscribers. Like I said, tell your family, your friends, people on the street, tell everybody. Thank you, Jaime. Thank you on the new store. Oh, my bad. Yeah. Wow, we're getting some that looks like Cyrillic, so I'm guessing that's from Russia. I don't know how to say hello in Russian, so I won't. Okay, so yeah, new spot we're going to open up here in Alamogordo. Hopefully by we're targeting new comic or free comic book day, which is going to be first Saturday in May. A lot of that's going to depend on contractors, because there's some work to be done on the place. It's been a little neglected, but we're going to bring that up to snuff and bring pop culture over to the other side of the mountain. Like I said, I changed the way we did the videos. I'm going to start doing a little more media pushing for stuff. I sent out an email this morning, a product type thing that had the video for the unboxing for Tiamat, plus a couple of similar items under there. We'll see how that works. I'm going to give that a week, and I'll look at all the stats on that to see if that's worth pursuing to keep doing. I would like to do that. Just for product awareness, plus it brings awareness to the channel and lets people know when stuff comes in. Facebook, the Facebook Marketplace or Facebook Store shop is linked to our online store. So it's supposed to update the Facebook store whenever we get new product in, and I send it to the online store. But Facebook has a weird algorithm, man, and they kick out a lot of stuff that for weird reasons, and you try to you try to fight it, and then they say, nope, we're just not going to list it. Like they kicked out Conan for overt sexual content, one of my Conan omnibuses, and I fought with them on that, and they wouldn't give. So the best bet is to go to our online store, and you'll get about 99% of the stuff that we have in stock is in the online store. What else was Zia Comics? We're getting, I think tomorrow, our pinball guy is bringing us a new pinball. It's one of the old school EM, which means electromechanical pinballs. And I'm going to make a video on that too. I'm going to make a pinball video. It's going to cover, a little bit of everything, like history of pinball, the difference between the solid state stuff, which is the digital, and the electromechanical, which is a lot of gear driven stuff. And just a bunch of different stuff about the pinball. That's one of the videos we're going to make. I'm looking at making a video about whether or not you should CGC your comics, the pros and cons. I got a couple of videos in the works. I just got to get it all outlined. If you guys have ideas too, any kind of questions you want me to answer in video form, send them to me. I will do it. Can't wait to try the new pinball out. Yeah, it's I haven't actually seen it, but I've looked at it online. It's the old Chicago one, the one that's got John Dillinger on it and the famous Lady in Red. It's a 4-player electromechanical. And when he drops that off on Monday, he's going to pick up. I purchased a Firepower pinball. It's one of the first ones. It was the first or second one with voice in it. His multi-ball. It's one of the first ones with multi-ball. He's going to pick that up. It's in really good shape, but he's going to go through it, shop it, and make sure it's in perfect working condition. And it should be in the arcade very, very soon. So we'll have 2 new pinballs hopefully in the next month or so. See, love the new layout. Much easier to find trade paperbacks and manga. Oh, you're talking about the new shelves in the back. Yeah, for the trade paperbacks. Instead of the, we had 3 or 4 quads of shelves set up, kind of back to back in a circle. And you had to go around one, and we filled that quad up. So we had 3 or 4. And it got a little confusing how to navigate around there. Now it's just all the way down one line. You go around the corner and all the way down the other side. So I'm glad you're finding things easier, Ernest. Norm, can't wait. Yeah, us either. If you've been paying attention to the cosplay things we have up front, you notice that the Boba Fett display's been pretty empty except for the helmet. That's because I have been lazy. I've got all the pieces. I just have to put them together. I have the collar piece and the back plate have to be put together, but they have to have holes drilled through them with these little square studs, 2 on each side to hold them together. I just have to take the time to put on the suit and get the collar piece lined up just right and the back piece and get it marked for the holes. Do that, whether the cape and my Boba Fett will be done, and I'll be able to wear it and display it for you guys. So keep an eye out for the Boba Fett here in the next month or so. It should be done. I think that might be it for Zia Comics. For you guys who may have just tuned in, like I said, we hit 2,400 subscribers. Yay. So we're doing a giveaway. The giveaway is going to be a pair of single day tickets for El Paso Comic-Con in El Paso, Texas. I know not all of you guys are local watching this, and I apologize for that. It might not be something you're interested in, but a lot of people are. The next time, when I'm not here in the home studio, I'll have other product that I can give away to you guys for our next milestone. But we got to hit that milestone first. So send people to subscribe. Will you wear it to con? Not to El Paso Comic-Con, because I'm usually pretty busy behind the scenes running stuff there at El Paso. But other cons and maybe for our free comic book day and different events like that, I'll be wearing it. Awesome. Oh, no problem. Okay, El Paso Comic-Con. Let's see. What's the last thing I told you guys? Well, you've seen who we're bringing so far. If not, I can bring that up quickly and share the screen to show you. Let me just type it in there to the guest page. And I got to share the screen, don't I? Share screen. We want to share a tab, and we want to share that tab. There we go. So as you can see, Giancarlo Esposito, Moff Gideon, Gus Fring. He was in Spike Lee's, was it Do the Right Thing? Yeah, I think he was bugging out. The guy who got his shoe ran over. Yeah, he was going to come to the last one. I know, guys, he had to cancel. I can't help that. He was filming in New York, and they wouldn't let him leave. So, but he is doing a make good. He will be there this year, barring any kind of other problems. If you guys watched Ancient Aliens, and the new season is just amazing. Whenever you say Ancient Aliens, this is the guy you think of right here with the crazy hair, Giorgio Tsoukalos. He'll be there, so you guys can come and talk Ancient Aliens, wear your aluminum hats. Mick Foley for your wrestling guys will be there. He's Mankind, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley. I think he wrestled all 3 personas in one of the WrestleManias. Craziness. Old school guys, Danny Bonaducci from the Partridge Family. Also, he's a DJ in LA. I believe he had a celebrity boxing thing. He beat up Donny Osmond. Then we get into our voice actors, and manga and anime is so crazy hot right now. So we got, voice actors, Aaron Roberts, Monica Rial, Mike McFarland, Austin Tyndall, Josh Grell, and Jared Green. So we got a pretty good stable of voice actors there. And, whatever character you like, if you can't find it in that group, man, I don't know, because they cover a wide swath of voice acting. We got some horror. I'm trying to say that correctly. Horror people there for you. You got Ari Lyman, who you can see the picture there. He was the first Jason in Friday the 13th, the one who popped up out of the water, pulled the girl out of the canoe. In fact, he even has a band that is called First Jason. He will be there. Very popular guy. Andrew Broniarski, most known for being Leatherface, as you can see there. He's done other stuff though. He was also, I believe, in Any Given Sunday and a couple other cool movies. I need to update this. I got a couple of contracts in. I haven't put the people in yet, but we do have Sam De La Rosa, known for Venom, as you can see. Great guy, real personable, great with the fans. We've also signed Ian McGinty, known Nickelodeon, Vader Zim, stuff like that. And I got the contract the other day for Mike Golden, real old school. I'm looking at my whiteboard on the side. Old school artist, and I will let you know. 2022 is kind of the El Paso Comic Con's 40-ish anniversary. I say 40-ish because they did have a small event, I believe, in 1981 in some other venue. 1982 was the first time they brought it to the convention center. So I'm 40-ish. We're gonna go with 40-ish. But Sam De La Rosa, believe it or not, is one of the original artists. It was at the 1982 event, as was Mike Golden. So that's 2 of the original artists that were at 40 years ago that were at the El Paso Comic Con. And we're working on a really cool events guide for this to play up the 40th anniversary. I think you guys are going to be happy with it. This will probably be a keepsake you want to keep. You might even use it to get autographs on for some of these guys. So it's going to be pretty cool. We also have on Friday. We're moving our VIP party to Friday so that more of the celebrities can attend, because most of them don't come in on Thursday. They try to come in on Friday. So we will have our VIP on Friday, and hopefully more of those guys. Even though we had it on Thursday in 2021, we still had a few of the featured guests show up. So it was really, really kind of cool. They got to mingle with the VIPs ahead of time. Stoked about being able to meet Giorgio Tsoukalos. Yes. I think a lot of us are. I've actually met him before. I went to the first Alien Con in I think it was San Jose, California, and we saw a lot of the original Ancient Alien guys. It was a really cool event. Any Book of Boba Fett guests coming to Epcon may be possible. Here's the problem with that, Leonard. Those guys are in such high demand that it's really hard to get them. We're getting, the closest I got right now is Georgia. I can't even speak right. Giancarlo Esposito will be there. He was Moff Gideon in The Mandalorian, kind of maybe. Close to Book of Boba Fett. We were in talks with Ming Na Wen, but then she went up to Mexico Comic Expo, and we don't like to, in the same year, have the same guest for obvious reasons. And Tamara Morrison, it's really hard to get him. He's from New Zealand, so he's kind of hard to get. And when he's in the U.S., it's usually just for filming. So we try. I can't guarantee it, but I would try. Donnie Beneducci's show on VH1 years ago. Yeah, I remember watching that. Foley and Bonaducci. Yeah, that's a pairing, isn't it? Will either of them make the badges? Are you talking about Ian McGinty and Mike Golden? They won't be doing the badges. We have a different group artist doing the badges for us. So no, but the events guide will kind of be based on the old 1982 artwork that Mike Golden did for the cover of the events guide back then. And it'll also be the poster we're going to use. So there's that, but they won't be making the badges. Stoked about getting my Venom local comic shop day signed and graded. Oh yeah, from Sam. That would be kind of cool. And I believe there's at least one CGC witness that's going to be there. Norma, first time for my kids. They really want to go. Yeah, and tickets are on sale now, guys. To get the tickets, you have to go to Ticketmaster.com and get your tickets. They're all up there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or weekend, or VIP. If your total, here's the cool thing: if your total ticket purchase is $150 or more, they will allow you to make a payment plan on that. So, you can get the whole family for the weekend, or just by making that comment, you were entered to win a pair of single day El Paso Comic-Con tickets. These single day tickets, they're really just vouchers. You have to take them to Ticketmaster and trade them in, tell them which day you want, and they will print you out the tickets. Can't wait to get my Darksaber signed. Oh, yeah, that would be kind of cool. And I believe they said they're coming. The Beckett Authenticators are going to be coming. So if you get that Darksaber signed, you can have get a little Beckett's sticker number that verifies that yes, it is actually signed by Moff Gideon himself. Gina would have been awesome too. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that'd be awesome, but getting everything lined up and getting them here it's a huge undertaking for these things. So let's see. I'm working on a couple other guests, so hopefully they'll be signed soon. I don't like to announce people without them being on contract. I told you the VIP party is now on Friday over at the Hotel Paso del Norte, and should be a lot of fun. Let's see, the costume contest, of course, is going to be on Saturday. I've talked to House of Kings Poker, so the charity poker tournament is also still a go on Saturday. I need to talk to Mike D about the early sensory. I don't want to say sensory free, but the low impact sensory opening for his group. It went really, really well in 2021, and I'm hoping we can get these guys in this time. It was really cool to see all those guys who probably wouldn't have came otherwise. So, I'm looking at my board again. Like I said, tickets are available. Ticketmaster.com. Just go and buy them. If it's over $150, you can make payments. Los Pollos Hermanos apron. I'm going to get signed. That's probably pretty cool. Should be easy to display. Get you a little shadow frame to put it in. Love the memorabilia behind you. Oh, this is just the part you see, and this is the part that I don't have in my office. But yeah, this one right here, signed by Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith. That was the Aggies basketball team for I don't remember which year, and the rest is like work stuff when I was working. George Carl's back there. He came to one of the WAC tournament that they had in Cruces. So They were really happy and excited. Well, good, Randy. Good to hear it. Let's see. Do you guys have any questions about either Zia Comics or El Paso Comic Con, since they're both on that YouTube channel? We did a bunch of videos and stuff. We had a dedicated video guy for El Paso Comic Con, so should be a ton of videos from the event on the YouTube channel there. Thanks for trying to get as many and coolest people to come. Yeah, it's a job. We start planning it just as soon as the previous year ends, and we start planning for the next. It's a full-time job. Let's see. I don't really have anybody else signed for EPCON. There's some people I'm working with, but I don't want to give hints, don't want to ruin it. So once they get signed, I will let you guys know. Probably do another video. What's this say? Looking forward to this year. What will COVID guidelines be? I've noticed many places now have been asking for a COVID vaccination to prove or negative COVID test. I talked to the convention center this past week, and in fact, I think the mayor of El Paso even put something out there. There are no plans for shutdowns or restrictions. What was the mayor's name? I can't remember. Anyway, it's in the El Paso Times or El Paso Herald Post. So according to him, there are no plans for shutdowns or restrictions. They expect the numbers to start going down, following the trend, like from over in UK. Their numbers are starting to come down now too. Thankfully, Omicron is not as deadly. It's a lot more contagious, but it's just not as deadly. So they're considering it, like a really bad case of the flu. The hospitals are still being overwhelmed, but like I said, the venue said there's no plans for shutdowns or restrictions, and the mayor said the same. You might have to wear a mask. I don't know. We're going to follow whatever the local COVID guidelines are. And last year we had to wear masks inside the venue. Didn't seem to be too big of a problem. So we'll see. April is still a couple months away, and whatever the local guidelines are is what we're going to follow. Would you ever move Zia Comics to El Paso? Move? No. Open and expand into that area? Maybe. I can tell you we're looking at different areas in El Paso for possible expansion, but we need to get this one Alamogordo opened first. So it's a definite maybe. Cool. Thank you. Can you tell us what you have planned for growth with EPCON in the future? I wish I knew, man. When we first started, I think we only had Hall A or Hall A and B. And even in that first year, we had to expand and grab up Hall C. So now we have, and we've been using all three halls. We have both the El Paso and Juarez conference rooms there in the front for panels. We have the Rio Grande room also. That one doesn't get a lot of traffic. It's kind of off the beaten path, so we use it for, other stuff like the poker tournament and just different things over in the Rio Grande room. We've been trying to get it expanded. I think this past year, the venue sold some spots to food vendors out front. I would love to get something out front. I don't know if you've been to the ice cream social they do where they actually fence off that whole area. I would love to use that. I would love to use the Chavez Center, the theater. Having the plans and being able to actually execute them are two different things. When we wanted to use the Chavez Center, the rent for one night on that place was more than the whole weekend of the convention center, which is why we haven't used that yet. So, it's going to have to make financial sense to use that. But we still do have a lot of the outside area. I've been trying to get them to bring more entertainment and food trucks out front. I don't want to rent that area myself because I don't have access to enough people to fill it. But yeah, I mean, there's plans. I would love for the theater, and they're getting ready to build a children's museum, I believe, across the street. I would love for the museums to buy into Comic Con and have displays to deal with that also. But a lot of that stuff is out of my hands. We've talked with all the restaurants and businesses around that area trying to get them to buy into it, and it's just they want nothing to do with it. Either they don't understand what Comic-Con is, or they think it's just a bunch of young kids running around in costumes. So, I mean, the more we do this, the bigger it gets, the more people are going to want to work with us. So yeah, just keep coming, keep bringing all your friends, and we will do our best to grow it. I don't know if you've ever been to San Diego, but we have the same type of set. Even trying to get the sports guys next door with the Chihuahuas and the Locos, they don't see the value in working with us. So we got to make them see that value, which is going to take you guys showing up in mass like you have been, and hopefully that will change. Ray, congrats on 2,400. Thank you, Ray. Yeah, Ray used to be our videographer for a lot of our stuff on the YouTube channel, so he had a big hand in getting us to 2,400. So I should be saying thank you, Ray. Any new cosplay rules for Epcon? Not that I know of. It's going to be just like last year. We're getting them to run it again. It seemed to go quicker, smoother, no complaints. So hopefully it'll be a little bit more well-oiled machine. Yeah, it's going to be the same rules. I mean, why? What have you heard? Are other places cracking down on cosplay that I don't know about? I know the whole weapons thing, but they check those at the door, and if it's they tag it. So if it's obviously not a weapon, any kind of safety thing, it's same rules, Steve. Why do you ask? I mean, I'm kind of curious now what brought that question up. Will there be El Paso Comic-Con /Zia face coverings available for purchase? No. Not at this point. Last year, I don't think was anybody inside selling face. I don't think so. We keep expecting this to be over with the mask stuff, but in the beginning we had Zia comic masks in Zia Comics, and we sold through those quick, and then we kept hearing rumors, oh, it's going to be over, but then it didn't. So I don't want to get buy a whole ton of masks, and then before they show up the mask mandate go away, and then we're just stuck with a bunch of masks that we can't sell. So yeah, at this moment we don't have, and there's no plans to, but I mean, we do have El Paso Comic-Con t-shirts, pins, lanyards, and stuff like that. It's just masks are kind of a volatile product. I don't, because as soon as the mask mandates are gone, I think the bottom's going to fall out of that market, and I don't want boxes and boxes of branded masks that I can't do anything with. Would you ever consider hosting a Roll20 TTRPG campaign? I would consider it. You'd have to send me all the specifics. I don't know. I haven't actually looked into that, but if you want to email me the specifics there, Ernest, we'll look at it. Who would your dream come true person to get signed to? Oh,
Giorgio. Oh,
good question. I mean, we had pursued Giorgio Tsoukalos for every year that we opened, and finally the stars aligned and we got him. But for my dream guest, oh, that's tough, because all the big popular guys are going to command 6 figures or more for the weekend. Yeah, my wife is screaming Jason Momoa over on the other side of the room because
He's
she saw that he's now single. Um, and for some reason, I guess she thinks he will come to El Paso and pick her up. I don't know. And I wouldn't be able to stop him if he wanted to. He's a big dude. He was in New Mexico Comic Expo though. Wow, that's a tough question, Christy. And that, I would have to say my dream guest would probably change from time to time because there was a long time I wanted to get Richard Dean Anderson. And now, with Stargate being off the air for however long, MacGyver even longer, he wouldn't be there. Let's see. Let's start with I'll start with my dream comic book artist. Brett Booth was one of them, but he's came, so that's not a problem. Chris Claremont was one. We got him. David Finch, we got him. Who else? Snyder and Capullo would probably be a great combination to get, or even Scotty Young on the comic book side. Other than that, maybe Mirka Andolfo. I love her artwork. Or Bermejo. His Lee Bermejo's artwork is amazing if you like that dark, gritty stuff. Stanley Lau, Art Germ. Everybody loves his stuff. I gave you more than one. So that's a handful of the comic artist people I'd like to get on the celebrity side. That's really tough. For horror, I would love to get Robert Englund. He's a very, very hard to get and very expensive though. So that's the horror genre guy. Well, probably anybody from the MCU would be great. I mean, Chris Evans has been no less than 3 or 4 different superheroes, if you want to count Scott Pilgrim. So Chris Evans would be high on the list. Hemsworth would be pretty high on the list.
Yes.
Tom Holland for me, I'm not a huge Tom Holland fan, but I know he's popular. So to have him at the con, I'm sure would be crazy for everybody else. He wouldn't be somebody I would travel very far to see. Or Ruffalo. I'm not a huge Ruffalo fan. Don't get me wrong. I love their portrayals of those characters. They're just not. I'm just not a super fan of those guys. Oh wow, Christy. Like I said, it's going to change, and I'm probably forgetting a lot of people. Ron Perlman, I think, would be a great one to bring in. I've met him before, and he's probably one of the coolest people I've ever met. So, Keanu Reeves, yeah, that's another one. Mr. John Wick himself, and Keanu Reeves is one of those guys. When he first came out, I did not want to like him. Back with Bill and Ted, and he was one of those actors. I was like, I don't really care. I don't really like him. And he kept making movie, Point Break and blah blah blah. Then he did the whole Matrix series. I'm like, oh, okay. Then he did John Wick. I'm like, yeah, that character was made for him. And then I started reading about his personal life. I was like, God damn you, Keanu, you made me like you. He's just such a great guy that, I would love to have Keanu Reeves or even just meet him. Thoughts about bringing Last Ronin team to Epcot? Last Ronin as in Hawkeye or Last Ronin Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Either one, yeah, I wouldn't mind bringing them. I think it would be great. What we got here? Keanu Reeves equals dream come true. And his name means cool breeze over the mountains. Mickey Rourke. Wow, you went old school on me there, Mickey Rourke. Last thing I remember him in was Iron Man when he was Whiplash. Before plastic surgery ruined him. So Mickey Rourke. But with the young kid, see, when you bring in guests to these events, you don't want to appeal to a small section, but you want to try to appeal to as many people as you can, which is why we try to cover all these genres. And if you catch an actor who is in multiple genres, even better. But Mickey Rourke, I'm not sure if any of the young kids would even know who that is. But I personally, I'd love to meet Mickey Rourke. Do you plan to bring more horror to Epcon? No, not this year. We've got the two horror guests. Before we've always had a hard time getting horror guests for some reason to El Paso, and I think we brought the girl from I Spit on Your Grave one year. You know, it's not a big horror person, but we're going to kind of play it by ear and see how these two guys do, Ari Lyman and Andrew Barniarski, and we'll see if they're received really well, then we'll probably either bring in higher tier horror guests, which I mean these guys are pretty high up there. We'll either go with a higher tiered one or more of those people. So we'll see. Talk nerdy to me. Wrong acronym, Ray. There you go. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah. We would bring in Last Ronin people if we knew them. Love when you bring wrestlers to the cons. And that was something too that we never really brought any for the first few. And I think the first ones we brought were Jake the Snake and Vicky Guerrero. And people love those guys, especially the old school wrestlers. And that's great because they're usually not currently wrestling and they're easier to get. So yeah, Jake the Snake was awesome. Vicky has ties locally. Eddie was from this area, and I believe that's where they grew up and where she met him. Both those guys were great. Then this past year, 2021, we brought in Brutus the Barber Beefcake and Greg the Hammer Valentine. Two other, they were the dream team wrestling duo there. They were awesome. They were great. I loved those guys. I loved having them there. Some of the stories they had were just crazy. And, and then this year we're bringing in Mick Foley, who you say Mick Foley, everybody immediately knows who it is. So Lorenzo is Me Too. What did you say earlier for the Me Too? I don't know. But Lorenzo says Me Too. Okay, like I said, all you guys are commenting. You are being entered to win a pair of single day vouchers for El Paso Comic Con, which you will take these to the box office, trade them in for whichever single day ticket you want, or tickets since there's a pair, and they will print out your tickets right there. So just keep commenting, guys. That's how you get entered. And the more comments, the more entries. So, did I miss any? Let me go through my guesses over here on the whiteboard. You guys can't see, but over here is a huge whiteboard with all the information on it. That's how we kind of keep track. Oh, you know what? It's not on the board. I don't know why it's not on there. You guys locally might know we're bringing in the Lucha League, luchador wrestlers. And they're going to be doing a wrestling performance on Saturday and Sunday. Plus, on Saturday and Sunday, they're going to be doing a kids clinic. So they're going to teach the kids how to be luchadors, how to wrestle, which I can't wait for that. That's going to be amazing. I kind of wish they did adult clinics. I might sneak out to go do that. Learn how to wrestle. So yeah, if your kids are interested in wrestling or luchadors or both, that's going to be going on. So they'll be the Lucha League guys and they're local. Lucha League guys are local. They'll be given the clinic. When is the con? Board Games and Brews. April 22nd through 24th. So mark your calendar. Would you ever try to get the Undertaker? Absolutely. Yes, I would. I haven't seen his name on any reps list. But these reps, their lists are changing all the time. I think Undertaker probably does mostly wrestling related events, but yeah. And the more we work with these guys, the more contacts we'll get. So maybe I can get some contacts out of Mick Foley to get to Undertaker, because that would be crazy. Maybe I can get him and Paul Bearer. That would be cool. Norman Alvaro, Christina OS2. My son's super excited. Good, good. Who would you love to bring one day to the con? Lorenzo, you have to rewind or watch this on the playback. It'll be archived on our Facebook and on our YouTube channel, so you can scroll back and see it. Yeah, I spent about 5-10 minutes going over my dream guest, and like I said, there an Undertaker. Yeah, he'd be up top of the list of my dream guest for the wrestling genre. Robert Englund comes to mind for the horror genre. Would love to get him. Noise, congrats! I can't wait for this year's con. Thank you. Go buy your tickets. Ticketmaster.com. They are on sale. If you spend more than $150 on tickets, you can make payments, so you don't have to pay it all at once. Lucha, that's cool. My son is going to love that. Super. Yeah, Norma, put him in, get him in one of those clinics and teach him how. Dream, Mark Hamill. I think the last Mark Hamill, when he went to Salt Lake Comic-Con years ago, I think this was before they brought him back into Star Wars. They had to have his panel off-site in a stadium setting because there was no room big enough. It was huge. Because not only is he Star Wars, Mark Hamill does a lot of voice acting. I mean, he was the voice of Joker in Batman Adventures, plus a ton of other stuff. Just look him up on IMDb. Big list. Taker does special events like Foley. Yeah, well, if you know who to contact, Frank, let me know, because I will talk to him about coming to one of our events. I still have video of the Lucha guys actually coming into the con area using chairs. That was a different luchador group. That was Lucha Frontera. And yeah, story behind that. They didn't tell us they were going to bust through the doors like that. They were supposed to stay over in the Paso del Norte area of Hall A. They come busting through, freaked out security, freaked out the celebrities around that area. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it was really cool, and they filmed everything. A little notice, some heads up would have been great, because some of the celebrities just absolutely freaked out, because here they are crashing into booths next to them. I mean, there were empty booths that time. Those celebrities had already left for the day. But man, if you're going to do something like that, let me know. I have to kind of plan for that stuff. I can only imagine how great my stepson would look wrestling with luchadors. Get him, hey Ernest, get him his own mask, and he can make up his own persona, and then go and actually learn how to do it. What's the latest on what, Robert? If you just tuned in, this will be archived on our Facebook and on our YouTube, so you can go back and watch it from the beginning in its entirety. We've talked about 15 minutes now on different stuff, and I can't go back over all of it, but yeah, just go back, Roberto, watch the archived ones from the beginning, and you can also scroll back and forth if you want to skip through different parts. But yeah, we covered new stuff with Zia Comics, and then we moved on to El Paso Comic-Con. A couple of the comic artists that I hadn't announced on the site yet, or announced period. I need to get them up on the site. Just been very, very busy. And just by that comment, Roberto, you get entered to win a pair of single day El Paso Comic-Con tickets, vouchers actually. Then you'll take that voucher to the box office and tell them which day you want to trade them in for. You can get a Friday. You can get 2 Fridays, 2 Saturdays, 2 Sundays, or you can get one of each day. It's all up to you. But each voucher is good for a single day at El Paso Comic-Con. No problem, Roberto. No problem. Yeah, like I said, just by commenting, you guys get entered to win these. We're just going to be drawing here in a few minutes. And if you're just now tuning in, it is archived on Facebook and YouTube. You can go back, watch it in its entirety, or skip through to different parts. But we've covered quite a bit of stuffs. Guadalupe, looking forward to Epcon. Yeah, us too, man. I can't wait. I'm waiting for a couple more contracts to come back. Hopefully, we'll have a couple more decent guests to announce here soon, and we'll be able to tell you guys. Thank you so much for the gift. What gift? What did I give you? If you're talking about the thing, it's going to be a contest. It's going to be a drawing. Only one person's going to win the pair of single day tickets. I don't want you guys to think everybody's going to get a pair of single day tickets. I would go broke. So, yeah. And like I said, we've been on this for 55 minutes. Unless somebody has another question that they're dying to ask or comment that they're dying to make, I'm going to be ending this here in a couple minutes. Would Kevin Smith ever come? Yes and no. Kevin Smith doesn't do just cons as a con appearance. He will come as a show, like his Evening with Kevin Smith stuff. And that's how I know how much the Chavez Center costs, because I was looking into that, and I would have to sell tickets extra for that just to get him there. He's not cheap to bring in. The other guests, though, the other people related to him, not so bad. At one point, we were looking at bringing in the Clerks cast, but that didn't quite work out for us. We've had Ming Chen in Las Cruces. In fact, he's in Albuquerque this weekend at Albuquerque Comic Con. Probably too late for you guys to drive up there now and see him, but he's there, and he attends a lot of cons. But Kevin Smith himself, I would love to meet him. I'm not sure. Brian travels. Walter does not like to fly. And by not like to, I mean he will not fly. So, and I think Mike Zaplik does some stuff too. So maybe next year we can bring in Ming and Mike. Maybe do a podcast there. So yeah, Kevin Smith, I would love to. I just can't get the logistics worked out. Would love to meet him myself. Broke. Thought you were a millionaire. Brother, you thought wrong. Trust me. Every year, because you'll notice we don't have any major money sponsors for this event. We don't have any major money sponsors for anything we do. It's all the first one. I leveraged all my retirement fund, my IRAs, put the house up as collateral. So if El Paso Comic Con hadn't worked, I'd be homeless. I'd be living in a tent out on the street. Yeah, if you guys know anybody who would love to be a sponsor, a big money sponsor, send them my way, because I have no problem letting them get the El Paso Comic Con brought to you by whoever. I'm not proud. You guys want to throw some money at me, you can get the sponsorship, because every year, man, and what it almost killed us with COVID in 2020, because if you didn't notice, they shut down everything, I believe, in March. Our event's usually in April. Mm-hmm. We'd already put all the money out there for advertising, for billboards, print media, all that stuff. And they ran those ads. All the ones we couldn't get refunded for any of the ads that already ran. And I wouldn't really expect them to. It would have been nice, but I didn't really expect them to, because they did the job that we hired them to do. They ran the ads. It wasn't their fault they got canceled, postponed. So 2020, we took it in the shorts hard. And then, with 2021, we were so scared. We didn't know if people were going to show up. We didn't know, with the COVID still going on, how people were going to respond to an event. And we just crossed our fingers, man. And you guys showed up. So thank you. You guys are the reason why we're able to do it now in 2022, because if 2021 had tanked after having to cancel 2020, that might have been the end of El Paso Comic Con. Thank you so much for the tickets you are going to give away. Okay. Yeah, it's a raffle. Do you guys sell the con exclusive pins? Yes. Whatever ones we have left over after they go into the VIP bags, we sell them right there in the front. When you walk in the front lobby, there's usually tables set up, and we sell, the T-shirts, pins, lanyards, and stuff like that we have left over, as well as try to answer all your questions. Christina, Ming was super nice and fun to talk to. Thanks for bringing him to Las Cruces. Ming's always great, man. That guy is never. I've never seen him in a bad mood. I don't think it's physically possible for him to be in a bad mood. We were kind of looking forward to going to Albuquerque this weekend, and Ming even asked if we're going to make it, and we just got so backed up on other, paperwork with the Zia Comics expansion and with El Paso Comic-Con coming up and some other stuff. We just couldn't make it up there. We had to send one of our employees, so we missed out meeting up with Ming. But yeah, Ming is great. What about James Arnold Taylor? We got a ton of other voice actors. Maybe next year we can bring him in. Don't know. Bryce. I've talked with Bryce. He's always busy, always in demand. That guy is just always doing something. But it seems like he's always booked on our date for something else, or he's working in studio. So Bryce is on our radar. We just haven't been lucky yet. Wow, you have a great wife to be okay with you putting all in the business, not knowing how it was going to go. Glad it all worked out, and you guys are still doing it. Well, she was gambling right there next to me. We took it, we rolled the dice, and thankfully it worked. It could have very easily gone the other way, but we looked, the nearest pop culture type event was Albuquerque. Going north, go south, you're in Mexico. East, I can't even tell you. I think Roswell might have one. It's not very big. And then to the west, you got Tucson, and then of course Phoenix. So this area was underserved. We figured it would work, and luckily that time we were right. It did work, and we're trying to make it bigger every year. So keep buying tickets, keep coming, and we'll keep making it bigger. This year's con was better than Albuquerque, to be honest. I would love bigger stars, of course, but I'll settle for some artists. Brian Denham from San Antonio is a great artist too. I am not going to compare us to any other event, good or bad. Albuquerque has two events, actually. They have Albuquerque Comic-Con going on this weekend and New Mexico Comic Expo, which happened late last year. They're both great events. Every event has its pluses and minuses. The promoters, some of the promoters have different philosophies, and that is reflected in how they run their con. That's fine. That's up to them. If it didn't work, they wouldn't keep doing it, and the event would go under. So obviously somebody likes what they're doing because they're selling tickets. But thank you for the compliment. Yeah, we go to a lot of cons ourselves, and we try to take the good and bad from each one. The bad, we try to make sure we don't do it. The good stuff, we're not going to reinvent the wheel, man. If you're doing something that works and it's good, we're going to try it at our event too. I'm not ashamed, man. If it works for you, I'll try to use it for mine. I could call Gal Gadot if you want. She has a crush on me. Okay, Eric. Yeah. Hey, why don't you have her give her my text number and have her text me, Eric, and we'll go from there. Because maybe it's not the same Gal Gadot I'm thinking of. The one I'm thinking of plays Wonder Woman. I don't know who you're thinking of, Eric, but that's the one I'm pretty sure that's not the one that has a crush on you. And by the way, I don't know if you saw Red Notice on Netflix. It was a pretty good movie for what it was, with Ryan Reynolds, The Rock, and Gal Gadot. They have signed on to make 2 and 3. So those will be coming soon. All right, guys, looks like it's slowed down. Like I said, just commenting, you're going to get entered to win a pair of single-day tickets to El Paso Comic-Con at 2022. You just take that voucher to the box office, tell them what days you want to trade it in for, and they will print you out the tickets right there. So, okay, we got quite a few comments. and I'm going to go ahead and do the drawing because I have been on for over an hour and my mouth is starting to dry out. Giveaway tool. Poof. So this has been from $30. We're going to do the drawing. Poof. And the winner is Aggressively Relaxing. Yay, Aggressively Relaxing. Are you still in here? Aggressively Relaxing. Why don't I remember that name? Huh. Well, Aggressively Relaxing. Get a hold of me. You can email me at it's really simple, ziacomics@gmail.com, and tell me how you want to pick these up. We can leave them in the store in Las Cruces for you to pick up, or I can mail them to you if you're not local. Not a problem. Let's see. Gal Gadot had a crush on you too. Yeah, Ernest. Okay. She has a crush on everybody, I guess. Was I in marketing before I started doing this? No, I was in the military, and then I worked out at White Sands for NASA. But I do, well, you can't see my degree. It's right there above my head. My degree does have a minor in marketing, so you were close. David Fuentes, congrats. I just wish they would bring bigger guests. Who would bring bigger guests? If you're talking about, anybody, you know, this is going to be another whole video. This is not like a birthday party. I try to tell people we don't send them an invite saying, Mr. Dwayne Johnson, will you come to my event? Please circle 1, yes or no. There are contract negotiations. There are guaranteed monies. These guys you have to guarantee them. And the big names, the bigger the name, the more money they're going to get. Plus you have to pay for their transportation, which is usually first class flight, plus limo from the airport, plus hotel. And if the bigger names, they get at least a king suite. If they're a big name, they get a suite, like a whole floor suite. And then they get a per diem, and you have to get extra security for them. So the bigger the names, the bigger the cost, which means I'm going to have to charge more for tickets for you to get in. And then it's just a vicious circle of complaining. Oh, you didn't bring big enough people in. Oh, your tickets are too much. I mean, there has to be, we try to keep a trade-off. I mean, yeah, I could contract to bring in Chris Hemsworth, but he's nearly 6 figures plus flight, plus hotel, plus per diem. And these guys get, several $100s a day per diem. And then plus you have to bring in their rep. They usually have an agent that comes with them. Guess what? The agent has to fly. You pay for that. The agent has to have a hotel room. You pay for that. The agent gets a per diem. So, I mean, it ramps up the cost really, really quick. So, it kind of rubs me a little raw when people say, well, you don't bring in big enough people. Well, you also complained that the tickets cost too much. So there's a trade-off. We bring in the best people we can and try to keep the ticket prices where they're at. The big guys are going to go to the big events like New York Comic-Con, San Diego, places like that. So, if you don't like the people, the only thing I can tell you is if you don't like the guests we bring, then there's other reasons for you to come. We also have entertainment. We have star car vehicles there all the time. We have panels. I don't know what to tell you. We bring in the best people we can from who's available for the price that we can pay and still continue doing the event every year. Congrats. Thank you. Everyone should ask for your autograph. American legend. I'm not even a legend in my own mind, dude. I mean, if you want my autograph, just find me. I'll sign anything for you, except for contracts and checks. I don't sign those without looking them over. But no, I mean, thank you, Lorenzo. I don't agree with you. I'm nowhere near a legend, but if you think so, I'll give you an autograph. I'll pay the extra price if you deliver, but I feel you. You're in the minority there, Steve. Most people, I already get complaints every year that the ticket prices are too high. Then I get the same people out of the other side of their mouth will complain that we don't bring big enough people in. So we try to get that good trade off. I think we brought some good people in over the past. I mean, we brought in we had Adam West and Burt Ward. We brought in Alan Tudyk. We brought in Lou Ferrigno. We brought in some pretty big names. I thought they're not like MCU 6-figure popular, but I thought they were pretty good. Like I said, the more notoriety we get, and if you guys can find somebody to sponsor, to send us a butt ton of money to sponsor, I'll bring in whoever they want. But like I said, right now we have a trade-off between ticket price and the tier of celebrities we bring in. So I'm not mad, Gabrielle. I just went to Albuquerque Comic Con. I would also pay more. Well, like I said, no, don't get me wrong, Gabrielle. I'm not mad. I try to be as transparent as I can. People don't understand how it works. They think that you just ask them to come and then they show up. It's a lot more to it than that. A lot more to it. And then, the bigger name people have a bigger tendency to cancel because they're in high demand and they're getting pulled out for professional work. It's just I try to let everybody know just how much planning and negotiations and everything else goes into bringing these people in. And, I can't bring in Chris Hemsworth and I can't bring in Chris Evans. Not yet. I mean, that's my goal, but we're working towards that. Just can't quite get it done. Harp Twins, we brought them in multiple times, Chris. The Harp Twins, they've been in Cruces and El Paso for us. And they're always hugely popular, but you run into that problem again. If you bring the same people in year after year after year, it becomes old hat. It becomes common. It's not special anymore. So we try to put a little bit of time between when we bring these people in. And I've been looking at trying to get YouTube influencers in, but man, they're so hard to get nailed down. I've been in talks with several of them, and the only ones I think we've ever had any luck with was Hillywood. And Hillywood's amazing. They are great with their fans. They do great videos. It's just they're always busy. But yeah, the Harp Twins, I don't want to bring them in every single year. I don't want people to get kind of bored. I don't want people to get bored with them. So was disappointed that they didn't make it. But was in San Antonio. I'm so happy. This year I had fun and dressed up in my Captain Mandalorian get up. Had a blast nonetheless. People cosplaying helped a ton too. Yeah, we have a great cosplay community here in El Paso. There's some really good cosplayers. You were not nearly as disappointed as I was when Esposito couldn't make it. He did make a little video for us. I don't know if you saw it. That explained why he couldn't make it. He was in New York filming, I believe it was the new Saw series that's going to be coming out on Netflix soon. They had some bad weather on the East Coast. That's when New York, New Jersey, I think they were getting a lot of the stuff was getting flooded. And the studio who was doing the filming with him told him, you're not leaving because we don't want you to get stuck at some airport somewhere along the way because they had a tight schedule on their filming. And he even asked if he could just do a one day. I mean, we were trying anything, and the studio just was like, no, you're staying here in New York. You're not going anywhere. And he felt really bad about it. He made the video explaining it to people, and he promised us he would make good at our next event. Well, this is our next event. So hopefully something like that doesn't happen again, and we will see Moff Gideon. What about gaming streamers like Spartacus? Sure, Lorenzo. I mean, the problem is getting a hold of them and getting them on some type of contract to get here. That's the hard part. But yeah, I'm not against it. Would you ever have a video game showcase like a mini museum inside Comic-Con, like video game statues, collectibles, just to show to bring more people in? I don't have access to that. If somebody wants to buy the booth space and put it up in the event, yeah, I'm not against it. But for me to put on something like that, no, that's another moving part that I don't want the responsibility for. But if somebody else wants to bring that in and get the booth space to do it, sure, not a problem. Not a problem. Let's see. Okay, well, like I said, our winner, aggressively relaxing. If you want to claim your El Paso Comic-Con single day vouchers, contact me, ziacomics@gmail.com, and we will arrange for you to either pick them up in store or I will email them out to you. Either way, congratulations. And thanks everybody for tuning in and watching. And when we hit our next milestone, I'm thinking 3,000 subscribers, I'll do a Mo Bigger giveaway. Probably maybe some statues or Funko Pops, something. Maybe Maybe I'll do multiple giveaways. Maybe I'll give away multiple Funko Pops. I don't know. I just don't know. So yeah, tell everybody to go subscribe to our YouTube, man. Push our numbers up. As soon as we hit 3K, we'll be doing some more cool giveaway stuff. And in the meantime, later, nerds.